everybody, welcome back to another Christmas episode of Funny Girl Abroad. And it's another Christmas episode because I think I've already done like 2 Christmas episodes. But I'm in Scandinavia, where Christmas lasts for like half the year. Today I have, I would say, the reverse topic than in my previous episodes. It's not about traditions. It's not about Swedish Christmas traditions, no. This is what this is not about. This is about the opposite. This is about things, just random things, objects and or activities that are not Christmas traditions at all, have nothing to do with traditional Swedish Christmas. But me, Aliki, a Greek person in Sweden, saw those things and clocked them immediately as generation old grandpa to grandkid Scandinavian Swedish family traditions. And they were not that. This is something that can happen. And if you live abroad, it's very possible that it's happened to you. Or maybe it's happening to you right now. I don't know, look around. Check yourself. Ask when you're not sure about stuff. I don't know what to tell you. I'm in a true Christmas atmosphere today, and by that I mean I've worn this dress that I thought was a good idea for Christmas, but it's not. It doesn't quite fit me, and I have to sit basically still for the rest of the episode, and potentially for the rest of Christmas. Let's start with the first Swedish tradition that is not actually a tradition, the Swedish traditional buffet that has meatballs, potatoes, seal, salmon, what else? Jakobs berättelse, förrättelse, something with potato gratin, and those things. So this is a menu, this is a buffet, it's served and you serve yourself through it, okay? And this is something that you will see at Christmas. And everybody's so excited about it, everybody's looking forward to it, every place serves it, a little restaurant across the street to like the biggest, most high-end restaurant in the country, they will all have this buffet, this Christmas menu. It's served for almost the whole December. Let's see, I almost said September. I don't know what happened there for a moment. It's good I recalibrated quickly. I recalibrate weekly and sometimes also quickly. I'll try to keep my mouth in order. I'll do my best. Okay. So where were we? I was excited about this Swedish Christmas food, or what I clocked to be Swedish Christmas traditional cuisine, because they also have a name for it, right? It's called julbord. That is the name of this particular meal, the julbord. It's literally the Christmas table that has food on it. So you get where I'm going with that. It's even called Christmas. So you understand, I was a little bit surprised when I went down on midsummer, excited to have midsummer food. So exact same food from Christmas. I'm like, what is happening here? Why are we eating Christmas food in the middle of the summer? This is not normal. You guys, somebody must have confused the orders. How bad was this year? We have leftover food from Christmas and we're gonna eat this now? I don't know what you guys are doing, but I'm not up for this. I was promised smorgasbord, which is a completely different thing than julbord. Okay, different words, different functions, different food. I don't know what's happening. Are we going with the old diary? Are we one of those like old diary kinds of people? I know we have some of those in Greece as well, you know. And like how far behind is this diary? Are we going with the Chinese diary? What are we doing? I don't know. I'm confused. I question everything at this point. Nothing makes sense anymore. So people sat me down, gave me a snaps, and explained to me nicely and politely that julbord and smorgasbord are different meals, different times of the year, everything different. they just happen to have quite a bit overlap in terms of the food that they include. Okay, it's basically the same food in both of those versions of a buffet. It's the same food and the same buffet, but different. You know what? Actually, I don't think I have understood. They did really try to explain it, but I didn't understand it. So, enjoy your Yule bird. Just don't be surprised when you get served the exact same food in July or June. In June. Just a word from me to keep it in the back of your head, whoever's around here that is new. And that brings us to the second tradition that I thought was a Swedish Christmas tradition, but it was not that at all. And that is making your own gifts. Making your gifts that you are going to gift to other people with your bare, strong, naked hands. Okay, because I saw this so much in Sweden. People exchanging gifts that they have made themselves. Here's this vase. I made it in my little pottery station. Oh, thank you so much. Here's those gloves that I knitted for you. I've been knitting them since last Christmas. They're finally ready. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you much, everybody. Happy. Here's this cake. I baked you this cake. I baked it for you. Merry Christmas. Here's the cake. Oh my God, thank you so much. Here's this Christmas tree. I chopped it for you from the forest. I went to the forest and I chopped it and I brought it to you here. Oh, here's those flowers. I picked them myself for you from my garden. Here's a garden. I planted a garden for you in your backyard. You can go find it. I mean, it's never ending, and it's insane to me because for in all of my life in Grace, not one single time have I received a gift from somebody that they made themselves with their own hands, or have I offered a gift to somebody else that I made by myself. Never, not a single time. And then I come to Sweden and it's such a common thing, to the point that I thought that it was traditional. I thought this is the classic Swedish tradition of making your own gifts. I believed it was traditional. As traditional as, I don't know, the Yule goat. As a matter of fact, that's why the Yule goat was such a hit. Everything made so much sense in my head. I was like, yeah, of course, because the Yule goat, so freaking easy. You can make it. You can make 10 a day if you want. Just like, take a piece of straw and tie it with a knot. It's ready. Next one, please. That's why this became a hit, because you can just make it. You just make it and you gift it. Put it on the tree, whatever you want. I've gotten so many homemade, like handmade, not homemade you say for a marmalade, but handmade Christmas decoration. At some point I had a Christmas tree that had only handmade decoration. It was like I was living in a kindergarten station. Everything on the Christmas tree was like glued together with paper glue. And some were really weird as well. For example, I remember I had this Christmas ornate that was an angel. How beautiful, right? It was an angel. An angel flying around, right? Beautiful and nice. Yeah, except the angel was being hung from the Christmas tree, or was supposed to be hung from a rope that was tied around the angel's neck. I could not do it. I took the angel to hang from the tree and I was like, am I executing an angel? Is this what I'm doing right now? Am I hanging him? Whatever did the angel do? Like, what's gonna happen? I'm gonna hang it from the tree, and then Robin Hood is gonna come and like throw an arrow to like cut the rope and free the angel. I remember I was like, you know what? If we're gonna do it, we do it all the way. I don't want to put it on the Christmas tree. I wanna put it on the light bulb. Okay, are we doing this or not? It's crazy the amount of crafts that are going on around at Christmas. I mean, there is somebody that gives us gifts for Christmas. Sometimes the gifts are handmade, or not always, but they come in a box that is handmade. The box as well. I mean, what else? This is crazy for me. You get a handmade gift in a handmade box. I'm like, which one, what is the box the gift, or is the gift inside the box? And they're like, yes. The answer is yes. So I believed that the Swedish traditional thing to do is to make gifts. And I was freaked out about it because I can't make anything. I'm so bad with crafts. Like crafts and baking as well, things that you do with your hands that require precision. Anything falling under this umbrella, not good for me. I don't even drive, okay? Because yeah, this is something that you do with your hands that requires precision, and precision, I would say, is rather important, and I don't do it. So I don't know what to tell you. Really, I was not happy about that. I was like, how am I gonna do this? How am I gonna do traditional Swedish Christmas? I can't make anything. What am I gonna do? Do I have to hire somebody to handmade things, to hand make things for me, or like sell them to me? What if I buy something that is handmade but somebody else handmade it? Does this count as a traditional Swedish gift or not? Lots of questions and no answers. But thankfully, quickly I realized that this is not true at all. It's not a traditional Swedish thing to make your own gifts. It's a very simple explanation for that, and the explanation is that a lot of people in Sweden do crafts for a hobby. They learn it at school. They learn at school to knit and all those things. I didn't learn at school to knit. Actually, I never learned to knit, to be honest. I can't even sew like a normal person. But yeah, people learn at school to do all different types of crafts, and then they carry it into adulthood as a hobby. So they do it as a hobby. They do their knitting and they do the pottery, and you know how it is with that stuff. They pile up. You make a pair of gloves, then you make a second pair of gloves, then you make a third pair of gloves, then it starts to be a little bit too many pairs of gloves. What are you gonna do with all of those? You gotta give it to somebody. So this is why I think there's a lot of handmade gifts circulating. There's a lot of handmade gifts out there doing the Christmas rounds, going from hand to hand to hand. And I think this is the reason why it's common, and I saw this and I made the rookie mistake to confuse common for traditional. So handmade gifts, not traditional, just common. Another thing that I thought was traditional, but was actually not a Swedish tradition, the squeeze days. What are the squeeze days really? You know those awkward days when you have a day off for some reason, it's like a national holiday or something, and then a couple of days later is the beginning of like a bigger holiday. And then there's like this Wednesday, Thursday in between that you have to go back to work for only those days. And everybody usually tries to take those days off so they can have a longer vacation, just make it vacation the whole thing. Yeah, so this happens in Sweden so much that I thought it was traditional. I thought it was not even time off. It wasn't like people would say, oh yeah, it's quiz days, it's time off. I thought that it's official time off. I thought that the Swedish state, I'm serious right now, would look at the calendar and say, oh, okay, Wednesday, Thursday, squeeze days, everybody off. I'm throwing extra red days at everybody. And I believed that. Is it insane for me to believe that the squeeze days are actually official red days that the state provides? Yes, it is insane, but also it's Sweden. I mean, everything is insane. For years, I actually believed that the squeeze days are an official perk of the Swedish state, but when they see 1-2 days squeezed between holidays, pop, immediately 2 extra red days, you know, it's on us. Put it together with all the other stuff, just get yourself something pretty, Let's go to the next thing that I thought was a Swedish tradition for Christmas, but it is not exactly. Now this is a little bit of a gray area because it does officially happen for Christmas, but not practically. So I'm talking about the Christmas light decorations, okay? Especially balcony decorations. This is where this example shines. The balcony decorations, because you see the balconies, they all have some type of luminosity, some type of light immediately from November until April. So it's not about Christmas. It looks like it's about Christmas. It's pretending to be about Christmas. But the dirty truth that we all know but nobody admits is that this is for the dark. Okay, this is for the dark. But there has not been such merch created. Simple straight pipes, minimalistic Scandinavian for the balcony during the winter season. This is not a thing. There is no branding for this. So what you do is you just buy the Christmas stuff. You try to stick with the more like vague stuff, but it's just yellow, just yellow lights. You don't buy the green, red, yellow, blue, you don't buy the multicolor one. Try to keep it a little bit classier. You get only the one with the yellow lights. You put it out for half a year. So basically, all those decorations in the balcony, especially in the balcony, they are officially Christmas decorations, but we use them, if I may say so, if I may be honest for a moment, we use them to see. We don't even use them as decoration. We use them as practical lighting. This is there so you can see, because it's Sweden, it's dark, and if you're unlucky like we are this year again and there is not that much snow around to do the heavy lifting, without the snow to help a little bit your visibility, you need stuff around to see as much as possible. I mean, what's the alternative? What are we gonna do if we don't use Christmas decorations? Just like put out the reflectors, just straight light reflectors, like the ones that you wear on the street or that night workers wear. Is this better? How is that better exactly? So if you live in Sweden and you're wandering around in April and you see houses still having the Christmas lights outside, especially, balconies and exterior lights, don't be surprised. Are those Christmas decorations? Not really. We stopped calling them that. But they're exactly the same that was out on Christmas. Don't, no. They are the same, but they changed the name. Okay, it's like the Julebord. It's not called the Julebord anymore. Now it's called a smorgasbord. It's the same foods. I know. We don't have to talk about it. Okay, just follow the crowd. Look what everybody else is doing. And the last, a Christmas tradition that I discovered in Sweden, that it is not a Christmas tradition at all, is the extremely long and detailed gift exchange made like a presentation. Now, this sounds kind of crazy because not only it is not traditional, but it's also not common. It's not like the other things that at least were common. This is both untraditional and uncommon. But this is what happens sometimes. You go to a different country, you meet a person, you meet a family, you think this is the poster child for the whole country, and that's not necessarily the case. So that's what happened to me. I met my partner, went to his family for Christmas. Turns out this family has this habit of giving gifts to each other like it's an extremely long ceremony. Actually, they don't call it gift exchange, they call it the gift exchange ceremony. Because it's like a ceremony. It's like the Oscars. First of all, it takes 3 hours, okay? And they present every single gift like as if it's an award. Exactly, like it's the Oscars. Somebody's gonna have to come up, take the gift, go like, hello, thank you, I am here to present my gift, and the gift goes to my brother. Brother comes up, takes the gift, everybody claps, everybody's happy. By the end of this is brutal. Your hands are hurting, you get this weird mouth cramps from like being stuck in a smile for like about 3 hours. I mean, this is the closest I've ever been to feeling how people in the Oscars must feel. Like this is just, you can only do that much of that. It's insane. And yet, I actually believed that this was a Swedish thing, that this was a Swedish tradition to give gifts like that, like it's a ceremony. I actually believed this. And then suddenly, on a random year, I woke up and realized the truth. And I cannot describe this feeling. I felt at the same time relief, but also like I felt almost upset. Like, what do you mean we don't have to do this? I thought we had to do this for the sake of tradition. What do you mean we don't have to? Why are we doing it? But you know what? Everybody has their traditions. And in the end of the day, what is traditional, right? You decide. You decide what is traditional for you. So the country may have its traditions, but then individuals have their traditions, and individuals and family have their traditions, and all of those things. So I think it's quite cozy when you have your personal traditions and your family and your, just background and culture traditions merged together in a funny way, and in the end you don't know what is what for sure. So I don't know, I suppose it doesn't really matter in the end of the day what is a Swedish Christmas tradition and what is not, and what is just something that some people like to do, or it doesn't really matter. What matters is what I like the most and what you like the most to do for every Christmas, and then you just get to pick it and do it and enjoy it. So, without further ado, I somehow managed to keep my dress in place for this whole time of recording this. Very proud of myself, I am. Very proud of you as well for staying around. Merry Christmas, and I'll see you later. Bye!